No, I thought a very well played game by both teams, and sometimes you look at the stats, you look at the scores, and I think we've been playing a lot of pretty basketball, and same with St. Joe's. We both have scored a lot of points this year. I think a couple years ago, last time we were in the gym, I think we were both in the 90s, but you kind of had a feeling just with their staff and their preparation and their matchups, the magnitude of this game, that I don't think it was necessarily nerves. I think both teams were just really locked in defensively, and the open shots were few and far between for both sides. Kudos to Mackenzie Smith. I had another great performance in this gym, but I thought we actually did a good job with her during some of those key moments at the end, and they just have so much talent over there between Brugler and Ziegler and Smith, and obviously what Snead's been doing. Like, that's a team that's getting better throughout the year, and I think we've noticed that watching them here over the last few weeks, and especially these last few days. I would expect them to continue to get better, which puts the pressure on us and really the rest of the league to continue to get better as well.
I think at the half, Dugan had 3 and Olstrom had just 2. Your leading scorers had a grand total of 5 points, yet you were up by 6.
Yeah, and again, I think obviously that's a shout out to our defense. I thought we made some key baskets. I thought Faith's 3 to kind of ignite that 11-0 run at the end of the quarter. But it wasn't just like, hey, we caught fire on that 11-0 run. I thought it was over the course, we were stacking some pretty good defensive possessions. I think that 11-0 run happened over the course of probably 4 to 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It's 26-20. It wasn't like we were setting the world on fire. So your best players or biggest scorers aren't scoring a lot, and you're sitting at 26. You're sitting there thinking, even as a coach too, what if I would have done this? Hey, did we waste a great defensive performance there? But I go back to what I said earlier. I really thought this was going to kind of be a physical, grinded out affair, and fortunately for us, we made some key stops when we needed to. I thought we got some good cutting action when we did get scores, and they made us work for it, and I think we did as well. But just a really good A-10 basketball game.
Let's fast forward to the last 90 seconds or so. Allie hits that 3. She's played well this year, but that may so far be the shot of the year for her.
Yeah, probably, although I thought, when we were up 8, I think she made it 10 on the little ISO with the little scoop layup. I think that gave her some juice. I'll go back and I'll make this a positive, but you go back, the kid was never in a million years, I think she would miss 2 free throws at the end of the half. But one thing, and I continue to say this to Allie, like, she's not one to miss back-to-back shots. So, like, if she's missing a 3, we're hunting. A lot of coaches are trying to find the hot hand. I weirdly am trying to find Sweeney because I know that she's not going to miss again. And so I think almost when you're forced to sit, and knowing her, she probably thought about it a little bit during those 15 minutes. I knew she was going to come out and make some shots, and she didn't hesitate, and I think she made some shots, all season. It didn't over the last couple games, but you go back to Rachel Ulstrom when she had her 11 threes performance, right? She had missed, I think, 11 in a row. And I didn't say that to Allie, although I was thinking of it, that, the water is going to find its level. She was going to make shots tonight. And you're right. I thought that one there at the end was enormous.
I mean, you celebrate when players hit shots, key shots, but your reaction to Allie's 3, I think, is more than I've seen you react. That was very pleased.
It was. Hopefully my assistants, no hand injuries. I think we've got an injury report from our staff already growing. But yeah, there was a little juice here tonight, and that's just, again, like I said earlier, the magnitude of this game. There's going to be some emotions. Happy for Allie just because she has done so many great things for us and kind of been that unsung hero in so many ways that when you see kids like that get notoriety, when you see the Allie, Jimenez, when you see, Addies, like people don't realize how important they are to everything that we've done. Katie Hill in that same category, like when they get some shine, there's a little emotion. When you love these kids, when they get some shine, that's a good feeling.
And overall, you only have several weeks left in the season. It's starting to wind down. They had 2 losses. You had 1 coming in. This was a huge win that will go a long ways to determining regular season champ and top seed.
Yeah, I still try to take my own advice right here. You just got to kind of take it game by game. I think as people, kind of had an extra day this week, and so then people talked more and more about this game. But as I told them, things can change real quickly. It can be a different wake up on Friday morning. So don't feel, this game humbles you really quickly and sometimes not very peacefully either. So you can feel good about this here tonight. They deserve that. But we got work to do. I feel like St. Louis has been a bothersome group for us. They kind of play in some different ways. It's going to test our discipline and challenge us. There's a little bit of the emotion because it's senior night, although you feel like you have so much season left, and all of a sudden then you're forced to kind of emotionally celebrate your seniors. But again, we're really not looking past that, but it's not lost on us to win a big game like this, of what that's going to do for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. Defensively, they're very well disciplined. They did their scout well. They played us tough. So they took away some of our tendencies. I thought that at times we struggled. Our shots weren't falling, but we stayed with it. We played together. We shared the ball. People stepped up, made big shots, big plays, and then defensively, I thought we did a really good job playing together, helping each other, especially on ball screens. So got that win against a really good team, and then we'll see them again beginning of March.
They did a really good job of clogging the passing lanes. I mean, you had to almost physically hand the ball to your teammate to move it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. They're a really disciplined team. We knew that going in. Our scout, we talked about it. They're going to be well disciplined. We just had to stack our actions on top of each other, play together, and I think once we got in rhythm and started moving the ball, that's when we found the most success. At times we got stagnant, and that's when we weren't scoring. They were going on their runs, but we regrouped in those moments, came together, and we got the win.
I think the last 10 games you've won by an average of 24. To win a game like this where it's just a matter of grinding it out, I mean, it shows that the Spiders can do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah, I think we had this date circled for a while now. We were really looking forward to it. They're a great team. They're ranked pretty high, so definitely one that we were excited for. We knew it was going to be a close battle. It was last year, too. We only got to see them once, but these are the kind of games that we want to play in. We're a competitive group. We want to see the top competition, and this league is really good. Everybody's going to be a great game, and we knew this one was especially going to be a battle, and we showed up today.
I want to ask you about Allie's three in the last couple of minutes. She's played well all year, but that might be the shot of the year for her.
Yeah, I think if I know which one you're talking about, it was like a minute left. I was standing on the wing, and she was wide open. I was like, wait, because there's some time left on the shot clock, and she took it. She was confident. If she's confident in taking it, we're confident in her. She's an amazing shooter, and she knocked that down, and that was big for us in terms of momentum, and helped us pull away and get the win.
In terms of league standings, winning the regular season and finishing as the top seed, this is pretty important win. You don't have that many games left, so everything counts, especially when you're playing a two-loss team.
Yeah, getting to the end here, only a couple weeks left, so every game matters. Every game's going to be a battle. Every team's fighting to get a good seed in the tournament, so we're going to have to show up every day. There's not going to be any gimme games, so especially starting with this one in this last stretch, this was really important win for us, and getting this hopefully will give us some momentum going into the final stretch.
So you're going to be facing again, like you said, right before the championship.
Yeah.
So going into that, are there going to be any readjustments that you're going to be looking to make in practice?
Yeah, I'm sure tomorrow we'll sit down, watch the film, go through. I know I made some mistakes there. Everybody did. I think just offensively, making sure that we're not stagnant, especially against them. They're super disciplined, so I think that will be a main adjustment. But besides that, just play hard, and hopefully we'll get the win again in March.
And what are your expectations going into Sunday's game against the Delicans?
I think let me see. No expectations. I mean, we know that they're a good team. I think last year it was a close game with them. They're pretty good defensively, so we know that we're going to have to show up, play hard, play just as hard as we did tonight, and we'll be okay.